right, man. Let's talk about Fundora stepping in for injured Keith Thurman. Um, so apparently, uh, you know, Tim Tszyu will take on Sebastian Fundora. It still will be pay-per-view. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, get my thoughts on the fight. And he was supposed to, Fundora just got knocked out almost a year ago, and now he's in the unification bout. Um, because they're going to put the vacant WBC up and they're going to unify Tim Tszyu's WBO. Now you got to remember they wouldn't sanction Keith Thurman for Tim Tszyu's WBO title to begin with, but now Fundora, who lost his interim title to Brian Mendoza, who Tim Tszyu beat Brian Mendoza, who I thought should have been got the interim title as well too. So I don't understand how Brian Mendoza interim title just, vanished once he lost to Tim Tszyu. And now Fondora's back in the mix for a title shot after getting knocked out by Brian Mendoza. So the interim title just vanished when Tim Tszyu beat Mendoza. And now Fundora was in the title shot. Now he in a unification title shot. And I say this, man, they don't do that shit for black fighters. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about when you talk about Al Heyman. Al Heyman don't do this shit for black fighters, bro. Lomachenko was a guy who had a title and he was allowed to fight in the unification for a vacant title. Canelo Alvarez, the same thing with Callum Smith. They don't be doing this shit for the brothers, bro. Now I must say they do be letting the brothers hold on to the titles. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Jamal Charlo, but that's because it's payola behind that. It's a bunch of pay, and I ain't saying it ain't payola around the other stuff, but it's a bunch of payola around that. Yeah. It's a bunch of payola around that. So once you start kind of digging and diving into it, it's a ton of payola around that. They be paying for them to hold up the division. It's so funny is because a lot of they fighters be the direct benefit, well, they ain't a benefit, they be direct impact of not being able to fight for those titles. You know how Keith Thurman held up Errol Spence's career, they never fought. Who else would I just say? Errol Spence, held up, Jerron Ennis from getting the title, and even though Terrence Crawford wasn't one of their fighters, but it is what it is. You got to see it for what it is, and then you hear people say, "Well, I hate people that make race about boxing about race." It is one of the most racial sports you can get into. You know what I'm saying? I hate to break it to you, home skillet. It's one of the most racial sports that you can get into. And that's just what it is. So, like it or not, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, you got to call a spade a spade. They gonna make a way for the others, man. They gonna make a way. If Fundora didn't deserve a title shot, he didn't deserve this, and I ain't got nothing against Fundora. I think Fundora can win this fight versus Tim Tszyu, to be honest, and I might put some bread on him to win this fight. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. That's just one of the funny ways that boxing operates. But for them to allow, to continue to put it on pay-per-view is wild to me. So their finances is that bad where they couldn't even afford to put Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu on regular TV. That should let you know everything you need to know. Their finances was that bad where they couldn't afford to put these dudes on regular TV. Keep that for a minute. Their finances was that bad. And now they telling people to dig in their pockets and spend X, Y, and Z on this fight. And I think it'd be a good fight. No, son, Fundora said he feel unstoppable right now. He feel good. If they ain't drug testing, I'm telling you, I ain't saying nobody on nothing, but I'm just saying, if they ain't drug testing, I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Atlanta, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. You got to remember, Fundora is still a PBC fighter. Tszyu is just a cousin. He's just a distant cousin through marriage. You think I'm making this shit up? He said Fundora, I'm unstoppable heading into the Syria Boyachenko fight. This is who he supposed to be fighting for the vacant WBC title. He said he feeling unstoppable. You know, what the fuck would that mean? He said this fight means everything in my career. 26-year-old Fundora 26 told boxing. This is my first real title fight. I'm excited to showcase my talent. I think it's going to be a great action-packed fight. He said, I think I could beat anybody in the division at the rate that we've been working. I think I'm unstoppable. It's not new confidence. It's always had this confidence. I'm 100% focused now. It's making me 100% focused. He said, a 26-year-old said, I'm growing and I'm getting a little heavier, but as of right now, I still feel comfortable. So you know, before he the fight with Tszyu, he said, of course, I want to unify titles for Fundora. I just want to be the best at 44. Motherfucker said, I'm feeling unstoppable. Why? That nigga gonna come in with some crazy ass stamina on y'all ass, son. Yes, son. They gonna come in with some crazy ass stamina. I'm feeling unstoppable out the blue. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man, this upset alert right here. And I'm just telling y'all, this if this goes to the cards, they gonna give it to Fundora. You know, they gonna give it to Fundora ass. Trust and believe me, believe me, believe me, believe me, believe me. I got a funky feeling about this. I said the same thing about Joseph Parker and Jane. You know, I had a little bit more education behind that shit though. I had a little bit more education behind that. You know. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good fight. I mean, will it be better than the Keith Thurman fight? I mean, I think so. Fundora willing to sit in there, Tszyu willing to sit in there. Uh, you know, Fundora just got to focus on bringing his hands back home. Um, he don't have no defense. He got to remind you of Paul Williams. You know, you got to bring your hands back home. That's just what it is. You have to bring your hands back home. And his refusal, his refusal to bring his hands back home and have defensive responsibility, you know, that should let you know everything you need to know right then and there. He don't want to bring them hands back home. And Tszyu, he do little things to roll shots, and he ain't got the most flashiest defense in the world, but he do things to roll them shots and stuff of that nature. But Fundora, they like to throw combination punches. So the question is, Tszyu, is he going to be, is his defense gonna have to tighten up? If your defense tight and you can tighten it up and you can catch and shoot his ass, catch and shoot him, you should be good. You should be good. Punching between Fundora shots, keep a tight guard. And if you're able to catch and shoot, you'll beat Fundora. And you willing to put in a little bit of body work, yeah. You'll catch Fundora. You'll beat him. You'll beat him. You'll beat him. You'll beat him. But sometimes some guys can't handle combination punchers. You know what I'm saying? Some guys can't handle combination punchers. It's very hard. Some guys you get to throwing punches, and guess what happened? You get to throwing these punches, man. And it's like you get to throwing these punches and they can't operate. They can't punch with the puncher. Everybody can't counter and catch and shoot. Everybody ain't blessed with that. So that's something that you kind of gotta think about. But I wouldn't be surprised if Fundora came out on top. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose. So we'll see, man. But I've just got a feeling that Fundora might pull this one off. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Want to donate? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere there. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.